Well met, lords and ladies. Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome to this birthday special episode of. It seems we're going to get another low connection day. Not much that I can do about that, unfortunately. However, the show must go on, so to speak. And by the show, of course, we mean the show created by today's birthday girl, Prism of Voices, who, of course, has seemingly once again brought everyone along, or everyone has just found this either way. Because Please Be Nice is my birthday, of course. Prism herself is frequently in these, but I mean so much more that they've got Sage, of course, someone from the actual series, and then also, hold on, further down, there was somebody else in here. I'm trying to figure out where they were. Oh, okay, never mind. It was Crystal Sanders. Okay, fair enough. Oh no, here we go. Pretty sure that Che is a new face who might be from the Prism circle of things. Which, yeah, fair enough. I'm sobbing the low quality. Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. Like I said, low connection for today. It seems that whatever's going on with the Wi-Fi down here is not being very helpful. Oh, hold on, I'm on the wrong one. Okay, so I just switched Wi-Fi's because one of them works better upstairs, one of them works better down here. So hopefully that will be a little bit better. But oh well, be my birthday in July. Don't forget. I'm sorry, I don't watch gachas often. What are you talking about, Bon? You're here like almost like every other review. You are here. What do you mean you don't watch gachas often? What are you talking about? Get out of here with that. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I switched Wi-Fi's, so hopefully the connection will be better now, and they will, it'll be a bit higher quality than whatever it was you were seeing before. The thing with Restream is it tells me that it's supposed to be streaming full at 1080p right now and 30 FPS, but that is not always the case. So, oh, there we go. See, the quality is fixed. All right. Well, let's use that momentum for right now, and let's, I guess, go ahead and get started. So yeah, today we only have one episode of The Guardians, because normally I do 2 episodes at once, because this season is structured in the way that we get prequels, then continued story, and then rinse and repeat. But also because that's just what seemed to be more apt for when these streams have more guests and such. So but this time there is just the one, which is okay, because we have something else that we might add into here a little bit later. But for now, let's bring in the first of today's things, or the actual thing we're supposed to be. And that is...
Buenas, guys.
Whoa. Okay, yeah, forgot it always starts. All right. Yeah, so episode 13, which I forgot, or season 2, I forgot the name of it, but anyway. Aggressively hits the Gangnam Style majestically. Fun fact, Gangnam Style was actually one of the first things that I ever made a parody for. Back in 2012, Harry Potter Style was a thing that sort of like went viral in quotes around my school. I didn't have a channel back then, so I didn't film it until years later. So somewhere on my channel there is a live performance from 2018 of the parody that kind of started it all. So there you go. Can I remake it right now? No. Anyway, there's no need. Just like watch the video. There's actually, you know what? As another birthday treat, maybe I will intentionally give myself a copyright claim and play the live version of Harry Potter Style that I made so long ago. So yeah, that'll be the best compromise, because also it's like it's like 10:47 at night here, so I'm not going to start singing at the moment, because that would not bode well. So let me just import the thing I was going to for later, and while that loads, we will get started with today's video. Actually, wait, no, I'm gonna forget to upload that in, so I'm gonna put that in first. It's amazing how as soon as I start talking is when I start like coughing violently. But anyway, probably because I don't notice beforehand. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute! I actually did do a remake of it in 2022. I just haven't finished. I just haven't processed the remade version. Oh well, live performance it is. I think Prism has noses. Ah, yes. No, that's her new channel, Prism of Noses, of course. Anyway. With noses only for the background characters. I love the fact that like the background characters, because they're newer designs, they get like the better stuff than the consistent than the consistent older characters. Which I suppose is one way of doing things. That's fair. That kind of makes sense. All right then. Don't make me leave because I came for the beta girl. All right, fine. Okay, everything is ready now, so we're gonna start. And immediately we start with the best character and the one voiced by the B-girl, the beta girl herself. So yeah. Without further ado, on with the review.
It's great. And what else?
Come on, you do it, baby.
And then let me try again.
This kind of seems like this kind of seems like when Aiden tries to do a song and then like his brain short fries halfway through. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit, actually. Just with a lot more emphasis and sound effects to go along with it.
But the sky is great, and the blood drips down. I'll cure your wounds while rose
Around.
will drown.
Okay.
Yeah. But don't worry, little one.
See, this is not going to go well. The light's green for the record, but you know, hopefully the way that this is facing, it kind of implies that cars are going to go straight towards her, like she's gonna like walk out into the road while the light is green. This does not seem to and she currently has her eyes closed and she's singing, so I don't think she's really focusing on where she's going, so I'm kind of worried about what's gonna happen right now, honestly. I hated the ending of this one. I felt bad for you, Mecha. Yeah, well, yeah, I feel bad for people when they get run over as well. I can understand that.
Great! Professional songwriter right here.
My goodness.
This again.
Oh, we get another background change. Is we get like a musical number with this? Oh, never mind. Okay, dang it.
Oh no. Alex, I lost the list.
Hey, do you see her?
What?
That girl. I think I see her often in my dreams. It's strange, isn't it?
You find everything strange. Wait. Don't tell me you think...
She's a guardian. Yeah.
Alex? Not everyone is a guardian.
Yeah, I know, but...
Dare I say, there's, not everyone's a guardian. There are supposedly, only 10 of them. So if he's getting a feeling about one particular person, it depends on how often this has happened, really. But yeah. And yes, these are indeed twins voiced by, vastly different people. A lot of the time in productions, you end up usually get like with twins, it's quite common to cast the same person to voice both of them. Or I guess there's also possibilities to cast like real life twins, whatever. It just depends. But if not, I would definitely suggest, in future, cast people who sound remotely similar to each other since that's how the vocal cords would work. But yeah. Okay, Jacob, voice everyone. Alex, not everyone's a guardian. I know, but I really think that there's something going on here. Listen to the way she sings, for crying out loud. That's musical enchantment right there. I really question your taste in music. Is that good? Does that work?
In many of my dreams. Think about it.
I don't know.
Come on.
So good, yeah. Yay! Honestly, I would love to be in the Guardians at some point. Next time you have like a casting call of any kind, please let me know, because I am very much interested and have been for some time. Anyway, POV every Taylor and Monty scene. I mean, yeah, pretty much. That's one of my favorite things to do when it comes to voice acting is, Jacob talked to himself scenes, because it's fun to me to think about, because I mean, we don't intentionally go out and like make those a few times, but when it happens, and it's pretty enjoyable. I actually use like the scene of Zack and Thanatos talking to each other as like a demo reel at one point. But yeah, I can get hired for the Guardians reel. Oh my goodness, the past Guardians show up every now and then in season 3. So, oh yeah, of course, yeah, because you've like fixed the whole like timeline issue. So yeah, there would be a predecessor Guardians. Okay. All right, I see what you're putting down. Was a Brent, I think it's something you could voice. Well, okay, again, like I said, next time there is like a casting call of any kind, I will just I'll see what I can do, because a lot of the time people will some of the time people think like, hey, this would be a good role for you. Can you do this role? That's I get contacted sometimes every now and then for this. Actually, Prism knows that, because just today I passed on a message that's someone sent me a few days ago, asked me to voice in the series. So that happens sometimes, but more often than not, I just see like, oh, hey, there's a list of a bunch of things available. I'm going to try all of them. Not to show off, really, just to see what happens. Because, yeah, sometimes you get cast for multiple things, sometimes you don't. It really depends. Anyway, he's traumatized. JK oh, hold on. Why does the character you voice have no pupils, but these guys do? She was traumatized. I was edgy child in 2019. We all know that mental trauma manifests in the form of your pupils going missing. Of course. What part of no pupils is edgy? So in the Gacha community, like a while back, there used to be sometimes you would see this where like a character without pupils would be like the main focus of something like a mini movie, and that's like something that they're perceived as monstrous for not having, or something like that. So it's one of those. It's kind of a similar vein to like Hoodie Girl or Heterochromia or something like that. So that's pretty much where that stems from. In my case, I didn't know that until after I started the Mutant Girl. So the fact that Malbec has no pupils was in fact an error, but it's an error that we have kept consistent with, and it's never brought up. Anyway, I can confirm. Hold on. Just let's think of these in sync chatters. Oh my goodness. I confirm this because the audition for Ganon, Link, and Dark Link, if Ganon was supposed to for Link and Dark Link, were not too bad. Wow, okay. That might have been the best example, considering that how that went down. But hey, like I said, that basically, I tried all of those things and I ended up with one of them. But hey, if I'd only tried out for, say, Link, for example, I would have got 0 things. So that's my general idea. But yeah. Okay.
You reported to Yuki.
We came here for fruit, not for a person. Listen.
I mean, okay, sure, fruit is fruit. I can understand that. It's delicious, don't get me wrong. But if you find another Guardian, isn't that a good thing? on top of what you found. It's like when you're shopping and you're like, oh, we came here for this one item. Don't get distracted by the sales tactics in the supermarket. You found a guardian, for crying out loud. Take that chance. Anyway. We think of this as reality with those wacky eyes. We'll get jumped in life by two random girls in the woods. If anyone doesn't know what Bon is talking about, I suggest going to check out the This Is Reality Gacha review that came out a couple of days before this one. They buy you mecha. They're just like, and scoop. And just like, wait, where are you taking me? Why am I in a shopping cart? Put me down! Buy your own Umega. 1 cent. Wow. Okay, selling yourself very cheap there. Jeez. Got everyone favorite fruits. I want to see them. Yeah, that's a tough question. I think I usually alternate between like pomegranates, peaches, and custard apples. It really depends on what mood I'm in. Can you say both good movies are sent on the street on screen and read them out? Okay. Let me just go and fetch those. Okay. I will get a copyright. Ta-da. Let's see while I'm here. Okie dokie. Think that's nope. I've got some more. This is a chance to catch up on everything that I was setting up earlier. Quite honestly, it's kind of works a bit. Okay, here we go. All right, so no, hold on. This is the first image. This episode is a backstory. This episode follows after the events of episode 11. So again, like the structure I said originally, where you have, every odd episode is a backstory. Every even episode is a continuation. Anyway, after meeting the other guardians, Yumeka tries her best to learn more about her role as a guardian. Spoilers, they do, I guess, meet. I guess Alex and Axel go for, go for it. They I was gonna say they make their move. That's not quite what I was thinking of. Hey girl, I heard you're a guardian. Not what I was trying to get at. Anyway, they talk to her. What was I saying? As well as trying not to mess things up around her new friends. Can she succeed, or will she be abandoned once more? And then this part is, sorry for the wait. I also had to switch to a different editing software, so my editing might not be the best at times. So far, it's okay. There might be some mistakes here and there. You can tell I lost my motivation near the end. Yeah. See, this is the issue with like editing scenes in order, is that sometimes you end up, where you end up with the burnout is always at the cost of the ending of the video. But hey, on YouTube, actually, the beginning part is the part most people see, but at the same time, the ending will want people to see more. So, yeah. It's a double-edged sword. In my case, I end up always with the most complex scenes, and it takes me ages, and they become more tedious, and and the other editors get the easy stuff. Anyway, I'll even lost sleep over it, and dinner. Again, can relate. Anyway, the sound might be my weakest point this episode. Let me know if the dog music goes too loud or quiet at times. It would help me a ton. Thank you so much. That probably means that I should turn this up a bit more than I've already been doing. So we'll put it there. Okay, I guess that's good to know that stuff, Josh. I don't really. All right. Anyway, while that was going on, we found a backwards hand. We found a partially dislocated shoulder too, which hey, says to me, Gacha Life 2 is Gacha Life 2ing. Guys, what if Pikachu? Pikachu. That's now we can't hear the review. This is why I pause, you see. I'm like Kagi Films, I like to pause.
That girl isn't a list thief. I don't want to hear it.
I never dream. Never. Isn't it weird how the only thing
That kind of sounds like he says, I never dream, which of course we know he does because he said, like, oh, I've seen you again in my dreams. Like, I don't dream. What do you mean? Who's Amity? Sorry, I just rewatched that recently. It's in my head.
I can dream of is her.
Ugh, fine. Let's tell you. Oh, wait, is that? 1 sec. Oh, that's right.
Oh, come on. Prism, really? In the year of our Lord 2024, you reference a meme from 2016 like this? Okay. The Owl House reference, oh, goes wild. Yes, okay. It goes hoot. Yeah. It's a good song. What's hold on. Oh right, the Owl House song. Sorry, you're saying like the theme song again. Okay. Fine. I have a pen. I have an apple. Apple pen. There you go. That's all you get. When is someone going to dab off screen? Oh, you mean you didn't see the off screen dab that just happened over there? No, because it was off screen. That's all you know. All right then.
Stupid.
I only did that meme because Ryuk did the meme. I can actually like imagine the protagonist doing that. It's like, I take a potato chip and eat it. I take my pen. I take my apple. Apple pen. Like the choir keeps going. I don't know how it goes. Whatever. He has an apple pen inside his brain right now. Hey, just like Homer Simpson. That is actually canon, by the way. Apparently, the reason that Homer is so dumb is because he has a crayon lodged in his brain, and they take it out for an episode, and he becomes smart, but he doesn't like it, so they put it back in again. Anyway, unfortunately, no, KW. I have not. I've still yet to see Death Note, despite all the years it's been. But I do know a few things about it. I know the basic premise, and who a few of the characters are. So, yeah, that's basically it. Hold on. Not the intense sound effect that they face palmed real hard. All right then. Monica obsessed hard over Death Note. Okay then. For anyone who's wondering, Prism goes by just Monica on Discord, so that's in case any VOD watchers out there are confused. One question: Team L or Team Light? That is a fair question. I can see why it'll be a tough decision, and I don't have that much to go on, so meh. I can understand why both of them do the things that they do and why they go to such extremes to do them. So ultimately, I'm just I look forward to eventually watching the series and witnessing the minefield battle that ensues from it. Anyway. Minika? What on earth are you talking about? But of course, Light is kind of hot. So I can see that too. Yes, of course. That's what weighs in on my decisions. The visual aesthetics of the characters. Clearly, that has cut in my judgment in the past. Obviously. Anyway. Yeah, a lot of people will excuse anyone for doing anything if they are attractive enough, which is concerning all to itself, but we're not here to dissect that for right now. Unless some smoking hot character appears on the screen and then starts doing horrible things. hey, Prism, if you ever have any character you need to be like smoking hot and doing horrible things, that can be a thing that I audition for because I have played those characters in the past. To varying degrees of hilarity. Imagine a tiny itty bitty Monica sitting at a desk with you shouting random nonsense. Is Monica like the Shinigami in this instance? Well, that's the Shinigami is giant. Never mind. That seems more like Jiminy Cricket. Oh my goodness! Can you imagine if Pinocchio had a Death Note, and he had like the Shinigami talking to him on one end and Jiminy Cricket on the other, and he's just caught in the middle of a battle between two consciences that can't see each other. Oh, that would be amazing. Anyway.
What? Is there a mirror?
Yes.
You know what I've been thinking?
How you need to stop giving me heart attacks?
No. This is Yuki's house.
Apparently, yeah.
Her parents must have been rich. Have you seen the amount of rooms this house has?
She's not from...
Oh yeah, also it's worth pointing out that again, depending on like which part of which dimension that these characters would be from would dictate how many rooms they're used to particular houses having. Even though we've only seen the one room, so it could be like, oh yeah, modern house. This would be. We know that Yuki's from the past, so yeah, I don't know.
Here, Kaito. And anyway, where is she?
Not here.
I can...
By the way, another thing that I really love about when Gacha series do this is whenever they have characters talking and moving at the same time, because too often have I seen shows where the characters will either like have to walk for a bit and then stop and talk, or do the same, when ultimately there is a way to do both. So yeah, I appreciate that.
Where?
Dunno, but she did promise she'd be back soon.
I'm here.
Maybe a bit sooner than
There
I
you go.
expected.
Yuki. Thunder Guardian. Me too.
That's it. You're not going to discuss that
Enter through
further?
the portal and deliver this to a girl named Ayaka. She has blonde hair and has heterochromia.
Yeah, sure. That description.
I mean, I think yeah, but this is where like she came through with like everyone else, I believe, at the same time. That's because I think I'm trying to remember back to season 1. It didn't like I think like Ayaka also was one of the people who found the portal and then told Miyuki and Mizuki. It's been ages. It's been years. I need to rewatch this series.
Is so helpful.
You can track her with the scene, Pearl.
I'm still figuring out how to use it. Are you trying to make me feel part of the group?
No, you started this.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's on that stupid door. Yeah, I can understand that. That's something that I want to look into actually. Is the door physics. Actually, that's on my bucket list. My actual next step is to look into the effect from Royal Fairy Academy, where the camera actually seems to almost somewhat like 360. It's almost somewhat rotate in the same room, and the room actually rotates along with them. That I need to look into. But yeah, like the mirror jump cut, my eyes hurt. Yeah, some of the time the abstract visuals in this, like as they accompany along, I see that in a lot of anime too. That's one of the biggest strengths of the Guardians, except in a couple of occasions where it's like, okay, it seems a little bit strange here to be like, well, like why was that part required in this case? So the mirror one probably necessary, but some of the other ones, like the fruit thing and not the person, that is that's just like extra flair. I like that when it's used that way. I'd love to describe why one works and one doesn't, but I honestly can't really say right now because it's I have to think about that one, I'm afraid. But yeah, oh my goodness, we're still talking about different like crushes on different characters and who had them more. It's whatever. Yuki, what if my name was Blythe and we kissed? I mean, if you said Blight, I would have been like, oh well, that's another Amity reference. But anyway, okay with that. Okay, fair enough. I guess I will once at some point subject myself to to your teachings, see how that goes for us. Probably not like when I'm like in Galicia, because I'm still finishing up a bunch of things before I go. Not that I'm going to be like away and doing nothing. It's just there's some stuff I want to get done before I go. Like particularly voice acting things, because I won't have this microphone. So yeah, I just to add that for my Cocomelon viewers. I am not a Cocomelon viewer. It's me. I'm a Cocomelon. Oh my goodness. We're talking Cocomelon. How about them childish overalls on an adult? I've seen some adults wear overalls. Not many, admittedly, but some. Anyway.
Forget it. I can do that.
Thanks.
How did you know about...
Depends if you can turn it into a 3D image. We'll find out. That's not how I would have considered doing it in the past, but yeah, we'll see.
Ayaka.
Oh, I know about other two guardians. Miu and Mizuki. Anyway, I need Ayaka.
So, okay, so yeah, so okay, interesting that she knows about Mizuki, but not. Oh, that explains why Mizuki was the one who was taken at the start of season 1, and Miyuki was left behind. Oh yeah, that's right. Because didn't Miyuki track down Yuki somehow? I don't know exactly how. He's saying like, "Where's my sister?" And then it turned out she had powers as well. Right, now I'm remembering. Like I said, I need to watch this again. But it's coming back. It's in there somewhere. I promise. Anyway.
Unite them. She has connections to both.
Door spin around. Door spin, door spin. You spin me right around, baby, right around like a door.
What? If they're from the present, how did you find them? Instead of letting Kaito go and drop a note, can't you tell them?
No, they need time and they need to find their own way over here.
Isn't that more... complicated? I really think Kaito should just tell them. And how did you find out they are guardians?
I just know.
You just know. You can't expect me not to do this, to say the thing when you set it up like that. There is no conceivable reality where I do not become Snape and I don't say the thing if you say that line. Ah.
I mean, I want Ayaka to unite all the guardians together before we bring them here. We don't know if we should all be together.
Wait, hold on. So Ayaka is... well, I mean, that makes sense because it was Ayaka who, brought them all together to the portal and took Miyuki as well. However, like, if the others need time, does that mean that Ayaka already knows and she's had a little bit of time? In which case, I guess that might be she was showed the portal to her friends, but she was also... They're also, like, told, sworn to secrecy. None of the Guardians have ever been back to see their families or friends ever again since this series started. Because remember that one episode of like the spin-off series where we saw like the friends and how they never actually saw Miyuki and Mizuki again, particularly. So from my understanding, yeah, you need time to process that, but also you wouldn't be so enthusiastic to be like, oh hey guys, a portal that will change our entire lives. Don't tell anyone.
It would help, yes, but is there any major threat? It would be nice to unite them in case we need to use them for any sort of emergency.
That makes sense. How many guardians should be around?
9.
Oh, I thought there were more.
Actually, hold on. Now that I think about it, I should have probably paused to see like what that glitch effect was. But now that I think about it, one thing that doesn't line up with season 1, actually, at least right now, is that Kaito's already here. Because I remember they were actually the last person that got recruited, and they had to be forced by Yumeka to even come back, and they were in the middle of like a mission of some kind. But it seems like Kaito's already here at this point, so that I'm confused about, but I'm sure that will probably get answered in the next 16 minutes of footage time, probably.
Or there were 10 in the past.
Yeah, but there is no Novak.
Alright. Can I tell you about a potential guardian?
Why won't you tell her
About what?
that you're not doing this because I'm your best friend? You're doing this because you're a guardian?
I don't know.
So I've got all that. Oh, that's why. So they didn't actually know before that Kaito was a guardian. But it's interesting because like it was sort of brought up as like, oh, wait a minute, yeah, is that, you know, the other guardian is Kaito, but then I can't remember who was surprised by that information and who wasn't. It's kind of interesting, yeah. I'm not in the habit of doing, on-screen rewatches, but it's tempting sometimes.
I won't tell her unless it's an emergency. However, it'd be best if
Once you have almost all the guardians, you can tell her.
Once we have all the guardians.
Axel,
Yes?
I'm going to.
Once we have almost all the guardians, I'm going to leave and do a secret mission, and then everyone will sabotage me and will create a montage where I'm convinced to come back via the method that works is mental torture.
The new guardian Alex told me about. Can I trust you three with the guardian house?
Of course.
Thanks.
Also, good luck finding you, Mecha, now that I think about it, because, I mean, just kind of like let her go away. Just kind of let her leave.
Time to smash the house.
Like, one person.
Shut up.
Yuki thinks she's a guardian too. I was right.
Shut up. Wait, what? She does? How is she going to find her? Kaito is here with the pearl.
That's Yuki to you. Shut up.
What?
I anticipated you.
Here you
Oh.
are. You're a guardian.
Here you are. It's been 5 days. Finally, you've returned to this spot. I didn't know if you were going to show up again. Oh, but my goodness. I'm so glad to see you. I can finally go get some food, drink some water. I didn't want to miss the moment that you returned. My name's Yuki, and it's like faints on the floor. I mean, otherwise it's a bit of a coincidence that she happens to be walking back here now, because Yuki wasn't there when Yumeka was discovered or detected and would know what she looks like, but okay.
It's not a question. I know you are. And I am too.
Prove it.
Take my
Yuki,
word for it.
the number one stalker. Yeah, stalker and kidnapper as well, according to Miyuki in season 1.
And I.
Enter my mind. You'll only bleed if I'm also a guardian. That's because of the high energy situated in.
Hold on. You'll only bleed if you enter my mind and you're also a guardian. That's like me saying, like, oh yeah, please enjoy this medical procedure. It's only extremely painful if you're the chosen one. Well, I mean, the odds are in my favor here, but at the same time, you wouldn't have approached me if you weren't sure. Can we do another test, please? You'll only bleed. All right, bye, KW.
Why don't you try?
Oh, so she meant to like invade my mind. So I guess, did Yuki already know about Yumeka's powers in this case? Because, I mean, as far as she knew that Yumeka was a guardian who had been detected by Alex, right? So she wouldn't have known, oh wait, you're the one who has the psychic powers. My wording was, you'll only die if you try this. What? That's even worse! Imagine if the Queen test worked like that. It's like, oh, okay, sit in this chair and we'll like in the middle of the circle and we'll detect if you're the Queen or not. Okay, sure. How do we know if you're the Queen? Oh, because you'll die. Yes. Your heart will stop. Your metabolic functions will cease to be, and you will no longer be alive. So good luck. Activate the circle. Okay, fine. So you blocking is up, fine. This really should have been a giveaway that Yuki was not the queen. Not the fact that, you know, she hadn't been through the test or anything, or didn't have a connection to like astrology or something, but just because she's so terrible at leading. It's like, no, stay behind, person who knows what she looks like and tested her previously. I will go and search for them myself, and then have them use the powers I already know they have due to their guardian status in the first place. What? I am so very confused right now. I have questions. Monica's panic typing, trying to practice. Yeah, see, this is the thing. Bon has learnt not to do that. Hold on, let me just get my cable. Okay. I'm just hoping my computer's battery doesn't run out, so yeah, just preparing. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, this is a thing that both Bon and Aiden have learned not to do. In both on Gacha Review, actually. So when we reviewed Fallen Angels on Gacha Review, I pointed out that that one of the background images in Fallen Angels, well, not background images, it was the background of the scene itself, which was supposed to take place like in the past, but I pointed out that the background kitchen had like an electric kettle, the like modern day appliances about in different things, or modern day style. And Aiden then blurts out the sentence he probably regrets the most in his entire life, that the background wasn't canon. The background isn't canon, but the rest of things are. So we made non-canon backgrounds a meme for ages, and he's not lived it down since. So now he knows it's better just to accept the mistake in that instance. As for in the case of Bon, in Secrets of the Plex Season 1, what used to happen was that there'd be like extra scenes afterwards, and the extra scenes were after every episode were when the characters exit their roles, because apparently this was all like a reenactment of the things that occurred in the Plex, despite the fact that some people were like defeated or morphed, and also that they had to like use spirits to like act things out and such. It was kind of confusing. So ultimately, of course, BB asked what was canon, what wasn't, and then Bon had a huge like panic to saying like what exactly was the formatting of things, which raised more questions, and it just became a whole huge mess until it was eventually clarified. I forget what the entire resolution was, and that's why you no longer see any extra scenes in Season 2 or Secrets of the Plex, because BB kind of put a stop to that unintentionally. All of that is to say, panic typing to correct yourself usually doesn't go very well for reasons like this, where you get like a canon moniker or a fandom moniker debate, I suppose. I can confirm Monica's canon. I'm sat next to her. Oh, so you two are just like doing like a typing war or something to try and like talk in this chat. Okay, fair enough. Oh yeah, I guess you probably like had people over for your birthday, didn't you, Prism? Am I part of the birthday celebration? Am I like a party activity? Is Scott should be a part of this episode is see, it's catching on. You see why that doesn't work. The guys when they're real, I eated it off. What? It's in my belly. I think there are some theories in like some fiction or something where certain religions are found on the idea that we're like in some like digestive system of something, and the apocalypse will eventually be when we get like broken down into nutrients or whatever. Not really sure. Go to the naughty corner. I eat at the naughty corner. Well, first of all, it's 8, but okay. Giving you the views. Best part activity. Kahoot on Jacob's life. You know something? We did actually make a Kahoot for Aiden for his birthday last year, but we never got to do it because we didn't really set things up. So, yeah, this year Aiden has agreed, and we will in fact be doing the Aiden quiz. We might have to update some questions, but I think we'll be fine for the most part. If I muted using Jacob is my favorite song. I am a song, apparently. What? Okay. Anyway. Jacob is my favorite fruits. Fruit, not fruit. I am so confused now. The Aiden quiz isn't canon. You know what? I suppose it isn't. Okay, continuing.
Did you see anything?
No, I wasn't focused.
Do you trust me now?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, what? Hold on. Whoa. So a stranger comes up to you and says like, oh yeah, by the way, read my mind. You'll only bleed if you're a chosen one. Why? Because I say so. You then see nothing inside the person's head because you weren't focused. Then she asks you again, do you trust me now? After seeing no revelations and after giving a hemorrhage that I specifically said, I, the person you want to trust, I specifically said you would get only if you were the thing I said you were. How was she supposed to trust you again? No, I would not trust Yuki in this situation. I'd bring out the pepper spray for crying out loud. I don't actually have pepper spray, but I would go to a store, buy some pepper spray, return to this position, and then use it, and then leave again.
But I'm worried. I'm worried that I'll mess something up. That you'll leave. That I won't.
Wait, this kind of seems like she's talking to somebody else right now, because the you'll leave thing for a complete stranger doesn't make sense, but if she's talking about maybe another person, bearing in mind that she had to get separated from her own brother at this point, maybe there's a little bit of something going on there. Just a theory.
Be enough for you.
You have nothing to worry about. We accept you.
Wakes up, watches Jacob's stream, goes to sleep. My streams that long? My streams take all day. Anyway, don't talk to guys. This is Yuki. I'd let her kidnap me. Well, she would probably want to, given her track record, because that's what happened to Mizuki. Then again, she tells you you can go for a walk, and then you could just never return again. So I guess there's no harm done.
We won't let you go. We're just glad we have found another one of us.
We?
Want to meet the others?
This is how cults get people. It's like, we have found a kindred spirit. Now please join us. So maybe may rejoice in the glory of the blah 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 or something. Record. Anything for Yuki. Oh great. Yes. I mean, what can we? Yeah, Yuki is such a catch, isn't she? That's voice that almost sounds like text-to-speech. That really really gets the old heart going, doesn't it? So it is. How else do you think it works? Hey kids, get in my van. Yeah, you're all guardians. Get in my van. This is what's happening right now.
Kaito should really tell Yuki.
I'm not forcing them.
Oh, hey, look, it's raining right now. You only get wet if you're a guardian. Oh, look at that. You're soaked. Let's go.
I get it, but
But
you told me that they fight those who are bad anyway, right?
I ate the portal. That explains a lot, actually. You ate a portal, so now all the food that enters your stomach goes through into a different dimension, so you're never full. That's why you're always hungry. You need surgery. Anyway.
Won't it be easier to just help us?
it's different. They don't fight with powers.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am. It's normal that Kaito doesn't want to be seen as a guardian.
Who do they even fight? What?
Rom, Rio, members.
What?
You didn't know about it?
Are they crazy? Ramiro knows Kaito is a guardian anyway. Their logic is flawed.
They probably don't want
I mean, I do like when a video does my job for me.
Yuki to boss them around. I understand how that feels.
Okay, so they don't want any guardian responsibility. However, they must help us if we need all.
They don't want any gun responsibility. However, they're doing the same thing the Guardians were doing in the first place anyway. Sure. All right, then. Hey, Kirill, there's candy in my van. You'll only get in my van if you're a Guardian. I just noticed that rhymed, so I went with it. Good voice acting before he speaks. I also like him. That's realistic. Bonnie likey. Agreed. Yeah.
9. We can't work without Kaito.
Who says? We'd probably be fine. Relax. They will
Unless Kaito's the queen
only
secretly.
help us when we need it. When we're in danger.
We're already in danger. Romero has.
Ayo.
You found her.
Yep, and she's eager.
Okay, my joke about them flirting with her before is not helped by the idea of, like, you know, wind chimes and like an effect over her, you know, love at first sight anime editing style. Just saying. Let me just check my settings in the mic. Let's see. I've had like issues with gain recently, but I'm not sure about the mic itself. Let me just see. Yeah, I'm testing my microphone. Yeah, it sounds alright. Yeah, we're good. I don't know what the problem is. So I'm gonna have to carry on. You Mega's harem. She's always. I did say this before, but I came up with an idea recently for a harem series, but like the main character is just eternally oblivious to any romantic advances. So like everyone is trying to, everyone's trying to, be flirty or whatever, and they're like, oh well, this is what a friendly encounter this is. That was the idea. It was kind of like if it's kind of like if Phineas had more Isabellas of different varieties and he caught on to none of them. For those who've watched Phineas and Ferb. Anyway.
Working with us.
Hey, girl. Hey, Caitlin. Anyway. I'm now picturing Sage doing that to Prism, like in real life as we speak right now. Just like leaning over to the side of Prism's screen, being like, hey, or something like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone to be in danger. That's what a guardian does, right?
I've often seen you in my dreams.
She's a dream guardian.
Makes sense.
Sorry, I guess I saw up randomly in Guardian's dreams. I'm trying to control my powers.
Man, you really could have lent into this romantic thing a lot. It's like, I've seen you in my dreams. No, not that I potentially dream of you or anything. That's not what I meant. This is exactly how I got it to date. He just like leant over and was like, hey. I'm pitching this all very literally and it's hilarious. It's like you lean over, your face is like inches away from each other, and then you just there you go. That's it. That's how that's problem solved. Also, hello to Super Bowl Restaurante. I'm not sure. I confirm. Well, okay then. better than I even hoped for. Because it happened. It's canon. It canonically happened. There you go.
Huh. I'm
How will I get my Riz? You've used your Riz already. Clearly, based on the story we just told, you used the Riz that you were required.
by the way.
Axel.
I'm.
Alex, by the way, I like the addition there at the end. I watched a prologue to a new Gacha series today. Okay. All right then. Did we all go to the club? What? That thing? I don't know.
Yumika.
Glad to have you with us, Yume.
Definitely.
I think she's already being like, okay, now she's blushing. For crying out loud. You're telling me this character's Arrow Ace. I have my doubts. But also Yuki being smooth there, being like, Yumeka's too long. 3 syllables? Nah, get that out of here. Yume, that's your name now. Club Butter, that's genius. That's where I'll give all of my gigs in the future, and we'll do birthday parties, comprised mostly of like my own songs. It's just Wings on repeat, and Harry Potter style.
Thank you for having me. I hope we can do good.
Oh, okay. I guess Ayaka didn't read the portal until weeks later, unless, or maybe they've already showed up here, and then we'd be like in full season 1 territory. Credit you, Club Butter. Slow, like in the fine print at the bottom of the sign, it just says "as devised by Prism of Voices."
Would you be able to fix the sky?
This guy?
Yeah, you're a season guardian.
That is a fair question, because I understood that the sky at first was dark because of whichever event had happened, like during the process of season 1, and that was like an aftermath they still had to deal with. But yeah, some of the other prequels we've seen the sky be affected in this way, even indoors for that matter. I said it before, but we are indoors currently, and yet still it seems like the tint on the entire world seems to encapsulate things, which means it probably isn't the sky. It might just be a general aura of darkness that's trying to remove any reflection of light. But I don't know. Definitely our representation, very inclusive. I mean, Bon, have you been known to blush when people say it's definitely good to meet you? I don't know. I'd make blushing after noises non-romantic. All right, that's fine. Okay. I'm teasing. It's okay. I believe you. Gosh. You checked out for season 3, Secrets of the Plex. Oh no. Someone the character's like getting a romance arc. Please tell me it's Mira and Niall. Don't, but please, if it's Mira and Niall, KW would go crazy.
Why is the sky so dark anyway? I can't find an answer. I don't know how I can't find an answer. I usually do. You see?
Oh, by the way, small detail. Speaking of stuff that got darker, I noticed before that there was like a blue liquid, probably water, inside of that mug. Now, ignoring the fact that I'm not sure how Yumeka takes any sips with a mask still over her face, but besides that, I actually saw that she took a sip and then it was like emptied, or at least not full enough for you to see the liquid on the other side. That's again some really nice detail. I like that. I can't torture KW like that. I can. Give me the script. When it comes to torturing my friends, there are very few limits.
Not supposed to be this dark, is it? It must have changed when I was in the past.
Oh, yeah.
She lowered it. What, the glass, you mean? Oh,
They
right.
say
Oh, the mask.
It
Okay.
was one of Nightmare Fuel's creations. The Shadow.
Excuse me?
Yes. And
Why are
the
you
Guardian
still
who
here?
fought against the creation managed to destroy them.
I've heard of night.
Okay, I at least also like the effect there, which that could have been masking. That could have been just like a rectangle that has been like with the opacity turned down. Not really sure, but either way, it's a nice effect to someone emerging from a shadow.
Fuel, but the shadow.
It's not a threat any longer. The Guardian destroyed them. However, in doing so, the sky got darker.
What's the correlation there?
I'm not sure.
I believe you, Kaito. If such guardian actually exists, we need to find them. Yume, are you in?
Yeah. Well, found her.
What? Huh? You destroyed the Shadow?
Not destroyed. Trapped in a void. They can only escape if I give them proper access to reality. They can cut a portal between the two realities. I don't know.
I love that. It's like, let's go on a quest. Oh, but it was me. They're all ready to like go on an adventure, and then it's like, it was me. Ah. You know what would be even funnier? If like all the guys got together, it was like epic music or something. They start like, they pack their things, the montage of them preparing. They're like about to walk outside, and then Yumeka just goes, "It was me." And then they all go like, "Ah, come on, what are you doing? You're kidding me?" Anyway.
Cool.
Access to reality?
When someone's trapped, they can walk around freely in reality for as long as I give them. I think this is part of my power.
Damn.
Powerful.
So, since you're
Oh, what, you mean you didn't know the entire power set of a person you just met, Yuki? What a surprise!
a season guardian,
Oh wait, no, never mind. It's been a few weeks. She knows her a bit better now. Never mind.
do you fix the sky?
No.
I don't know how to fix it either.
Kaito doing their best impression of the Studio Bones character. I swear, one of my favorite frames of anything ever is the frame after Bakugo is, doing it like, "I will be Prince the hero," blah blah blah, and then Deku's like, "Well, actually, I can't imitate it. It's too over the top." Like, I don't know how to do it. Anyway.
So sure. Have you ever tried it? Whatever. Dropping this note to Ayaka. See ya.
Bye.
Why did it take weeks to drop a note to Ayaka? Why did we jump forward during that time? Is this a separate note? I'm not sure. I love these sound effects. I like how we just have the small sound effects, like, the mug being placed down, the sheet of paper as it like shuffles and moves, there's footsteps, all of that stuff. I love when Gacha series do that.
You're fantastic, Yumika. I'm glad to have such a powerhouse by your side.
Kaito is lazy. I mean, not too lazy to, fight Rumriel soldiers, but sure.
I still need to control my power better.
We'll be here to help.
Me core. I'm lazy. You became Mr. Krabs there for a second. Me core! I don't know.
What's up?
I should go back to find the wishing gem. It's the gem that our powers are connected to.
What does it do?
Only the guardians
Also,
can
power
touch it,
stuff, please.
and they can wish for anything, as long as the gem is still there. It spawns somewhere different each time. It's a pain.
What?
That's like Dragon Ball with upped difficulty. Instead of requiring 7 to reunite, you require 9 people to make the same wish together.
Find it.
In case Nightmare Fuel or the Shadow comes to reality once more, we can't let them near it. We don't know what they could be wishing for.
Right. Well,
How about you take the gem and make a wish to the Shadow people to go away?
best of luck to you.
Thanks.
Yumeka, could I ask you something?
How's the stream so
Yeah?
far? Appropriately confusing.
Oh,
Is it too personal?
no. Not at all. It's for extra protection since I can't breathe very well.
Hold on. Whoa. Wait a second. No, we are not skipping past that, Yumeka. So you're saying that you have a mask to help you breathe more easily? Okay, sure, Darth Vader does that. However, the difference between yourself and Darth Vader is the fact that, one of you is wearing a surgical mask that doesn't prevent that much airflow. It was proven during the pandemic that it actually, was okay for breathing purposes, but it still doesn't feel particularly, good to use. That's why there were some medical exemptions to it. And the other person is Darth Vader. There's a bit of a difference here. Unless, oxygen gets, pumped into the mask in some way. Not really sure.
Desire must have caused this. I know my mask won't completely save me, but...
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was over.
It's fine. They didn't have time to develop a cure. But I'll be fine! And it's not that strong anyway. And someone I know is working on finding some medicine that might make it tolerable. Maybe some kind of scent to put in my mask. Maybe some kind of pill. We'll see.
Let me heal you.
There's no need. I don't want to bother.
You're not a bother.
Only somebody. My goodness. Again, if this were any other show, this would be the most romantically charged interactions of all time. No one can see my mask like this. How could you say that? Allow me. You are so beautiful. There should be a list of how many romantic cliches this platonic couple are hitting right now.
And so your power won't do much.
Who says?
I do! Because you're not sure what you're looking at!
Sorry?
Just an assumption, but... What if you can only cure certain things because you know what they are? Like... You couldn't heal me last time until you saw my scratch. Again.
This is a what if, but at least I follow the logic behind this. Now I'm just picturing the idea of Yumeka having absolutely nothing behind the mask, her entire face just vanishes underneath there.
It's an assumption.
Although you may be right.
Days later.
What are you watching?
This
Yeah, damn,
TV
Mecca.
only has channels from the 1970s to the 2070s.
Okay. Oh, I guess they're in taking refuge in. Well, I mean, it depends because these different dimensions, the past, present, and future dimensions, the way we've formatted these right now, we're not sure what kind of calendar system they follow. I assume Gregorian based on what he just said there, but yeah, I guess if they're following the Gregorian calendar, this would therefore be the future setting, unless the default present was somewhere else. But I don't know.
Watching the Mildred show.
It's one of my favorites. It talks about this orphan girl, Mildred, who comes from the past and finds out she might have never been from the past. As she goes in the future, she lies to her friends in order to...
You know how the gem is on top of the portal?
Yes.
Could that...
Yeah, I kind of want to know the rest of that plot actually. I hope we get more expanded lore on the Mildred story of whatever this media is actually.
The wishing.
It becomes the Good Witch Azura of this world. To go back to the Owl House.
Possibly.
Can it actually spawn there?
It's a possibility. Portals haven't been around for the other Guardians.
How do we check if that gem is the right one?
I'll touch it and wish for it to appear in my hands.
Wait, but if it appears if it's in your hand, it would already be... You would already be touching it, right? If you're touching it, it's already in your hand, unless you're touching it with your foot or something. She just goes, I wish the gem would teleport to my hand. Wow, it worked! Or just use their tongues of hey. Okay, I'm. It looks like we're gearing up to something very important because it's Prism's favorite scene, but it's also the part that Shay physically can't watch. So to some people, to the creator, whenever this happens with one of my shows, I'm always like, oh, I can't wait for this bit. Everyone's like, no, my emotions or my eyes or whatever. I don't know, something like that. Not really sure. Also, guys, I proper learned. Yes, actually, because this series started out in Gacha Life 1, to my understanding. I remember that because it was 2019. So yes, it started off in Gacha Life 1. But yeah, so just out to keep continuity, the portal had to be this one. So again, we've got the elements of post-production to come in. In fact, I think I can see a little bit of like resident chroma keying on that part here. Now we've zoomed in teeny tiny bit. So yeah, that's probably what happened. But yeah, I love when that happens because it shows like, yeah, Gacha Life had probably, had probably some of the best props, I think. You didn't have too many of them, but the ones that it did have, there's a lot of stuff that's pretty useful in the Gacha Life 1 prop set. And so, of course, if you happen to start a show during that time and you want to do a scene again with the same things, yeah, you gotta outsource to the other apps. The Mutant God is much more multimedia than people think it is. Anyway, this first will wreck this whole chat. Oh yeah, you did say you want to talk to me about that, about like something to do with like something very emotional. So yeah, okay, all right.
If it works, that's our gem. If it doesn't, too bad.
Be careful.
Okay. I just realized Yumeka's silhouette kind of looks like a Timpole, the Pokemon. Okay, I guess this can go into sensory overload quite easily.
Wait, Yuki!
Yumeka, what's going on?
You can't get the gem! It will destroy us all!
Huh? It's a good gem, Yume.
I don't know! I saw something in my dreams!
It's nothing.
But what I saw last time...
Okay, why on earth is Yuki so keen to, use, Yumeka's powers sometimes, to prove her own points, but then disregards the stuff that Yumeka uses the powers for that would help her to authenticate things for herself? And then also, occasionally, she's just like straight up believe Yumeka says you can do something verbally, but then has no evidence of it, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a cool thing, so powerful. What is Yuki's deal in terms of this? Honestly, kind of seems like whenever the writing needs her to be more trusting of others and a better leader, she will be, and otherwise, it's like, no.
Came to reality! Yuki, I can't let you...
It's nothing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
No!
Honestly, I'm shocked that she didn't throw the rock at Yuki to try and but I guess maybe with the gem being destroyed, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Prism, of course, it's a prism. It all makes sense now. You're right.
What have you done?
Wait! I didn't mean for the portal to break. I just wanted to get rid of...
So, that gem is connected to the portal. Why didn't I know? Even if it was...
Why didn't you know that the gem that's firmly encrusted inside of a portal is connected to the portal? You know what, Yuki? I agree with you. Why didn't you know that?
Actual one, what have you gained? Now we won't be able to get the others.
I didn't mean to!
Why did you do it then?
Because I was scared! What's going on?
Helen!
It seems like the source of that light effect is actually coming from above them. It probably needs to be moved over a little bit to the side.
I'm fine. I can heal this. Maybe.
I mean, you can all just move away from here as well. Like drag Alex a bit and then, get out of this scene.
Look at the mess you've made.
I don't want to.
You should.
I'd rather look from a distance, personally, but sure, I'll look at the mess in a moment.
It's now a danger zone. Then we won't be able to get to the rest of the Guardians.
Unless we're being extra careful.
But then again, the portal doesn't work.
Are you happy about this?
I was trying to protect you.
Did you? Think before you act, okay?
Let's get
Grief.
moving.
Okay, yeah, I can see why this is like a harsh thing to see sometimes. Because yeah, there are certain scenes where, like as a writer, you write them and you're like, oh, this is like the intense drama, the stakes in here. It's sort of similar to remember the last episode we reviewed, Music Freaks, right? As of right now, this recording is episode 9. And episode 9, Rosie Closley released another video alongside that episode of Jake's VA reacting to a particular scene where essentially was kind of like a bit of like a third act misunderstanding situation, very much where the drama kind of like amps up. And yeah, you can tell that Rosie Closley had a blast writing that scene because her style is all drama anyway. But then everyone else, everyone else suffers while they're watching this, be like, no, she didn't mean to. Forgive her, please. Understand why you feel that way, but at the same time, no. It's one of those techniques that I really like to do in writing. Actually, is when you can actually see that through like no fault of a character's own potentially. Usually, not in this case because Yuki, should have paid attention, should have listened. But usually, with no fault of the character's own, they think like, oh, this is a situation where some other force has been at play, and therefore now we are at odds with each other, and both of our perspectives make sense. That's what the attempt was to do here, I'm pretty sure. And because when you do that, an audience's natural things they really want to side with one particular character. But sometimes that's not exactly possible. Because you think, oh well, objectively something here happened. It's like, well, I can't say that this character's 100% in the wrong, 100% in the right, and it makes them ask themselves way harder questions, but paired up with the same emotional response. They have a bunch of angles going on, but nowhere to direct it, and that is so fun to do as a writer. That is just so brilliant. Where just like I am watching everyone fall apart, and I caused this. This is where I think that's kind of like where part like the evil side of me comes out, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, Jacob has a lot of the balls with backward hands. Okay, look, whatever. Oh my goodness. And now we have Sage saying I can fix her. Yeah, because in this case it doesn't quite work, because the way that we got here is because Yuki has been inconsistent with the way that she responds to Yumega's powers and how much trust she actually has in her, especially because he doesn't have that much understanding of the gem itself. And she might think like, oh, wait a minute, maybe I got this wrong. She doesn't consider that for a second. So yeah, Yuki, most of this come down to Yuki being a bad leader and taking it out on a person who's no fault of their own. So in this case, you can very clearly side with one person. But yeah, it seems to me we're going for a case of like, this drama needs to resolve itself, but I don't know how it should resolve. How they're going to go forward from this one. I better subscribe and watch the next episode to find out. So that's also another good technique, by the way, if it comes at a cliffhanger, which the Music Freaks did. Yumeka needs a hug. Stop calling me L. What did I say this time? I completely forgot. Maybe it was his fault. Maybe every shot has a backwards hand. Okay. Says you're calling someone else out right now, but yeah. Guess you just got out of work. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I say fantastic because like Maya called me right before she started work, so yeah, I wasn't entirely sure. That's why I was like, oh, okay, that's leap around. Characters. All you can use is therapy and a loving relationship, trust. And this is where we see an example of someone falling for a damaged character and going along with this. Okay.
Hold this much longer.
I have a feeling the lights are becoming weaker anyway.
It's still better to move.
Yeah, why have you not all started moving already? Thank you. Is that a bit of a blur on the force field where his hand is touching? That's nice.
Don't show up ever again.
Oh, well, I mean, you can't do that. She's a guardian. You kind of have to keep her around. That's not how this works. But sure. Also, small detail again. We had like 4 sets of footsteps that each matched up to the individual characters.
You know I didn't mean it.
Don't show up without any...
Stand falling for damaged characters. We all know your preference for characters, Maya. Constantly damaged, both physically and mentally. Sometimes both at the same time. We're completely aware. Anyway. Glad you're showing my love for Yuki. Life is good. Hey, look, at least if she has to be jealous of anyone, it's one of her own creations. That's an interesting one. I never had that situation where someone that I'm dating has fallen for one of my characters. What I have had actually is someone fall for a character played by the person that I was dating, and that's a whole different experience. So as long as that doesn't happen, I'm sure you're fine. Yuki, this isn't you. Apologize to Yumek and give her a hug right now. Leave now and never come back. Sort of made me hate Yuki a bit. And again, I can sort of see why. I mean, she's had her shortcomings as a leader in the past before, but I guess in a way, you know, she never was meant to be the leader because she's not the queen. If anything, you know, she's kicking out the queen right now. Not that they would have figured that out until later because, you know, prequel, so, yeah. Okay. You know, I'm a disadvantage with that voice. Yeah, KW's not here, but yeah, Maya was also one of the list of the O Ashley people. Yeah. You're disadvantaged with that voice and with like any of the deep voices. That's why torture would sound like this all the time. Like I said, when it comes to torturing my friends, pun intended, there are very few limits I'm not able to cross. Anyway.
Guardians.
What?
We were fine without you. So unless you make yourself useful, you're nothing to us. And you must leave.
How will I get any guardian if the portal is...
I don't care!
This is actually kind of interesting for Yumeka, because at first, Yumeka was not really on board with, I guess, with being a guardian. She was not really on board. So she was hesitant about it. She was afraid of her own powers and didn't want to mess up or anything. And yeah, her fears have been confirmed right now. But we'd know after her fear came true, she realized that actually she really does want to. It came from the way that the idea that she wanted to be the best guardian that she could be. And yes, I know Paul's the backwards hand again. Ignore it for right now. So it was always like, yeah, she confirmed that like the source of her fears and her motivations actually did line up, but she didn't understand what she wanted until right now. That's actually pretty clever. You know, it came at the cost of Yuki, but in the case of Yumeka, at least, I like where that part of the story is going. Then again, it seems this season, if this season does anything right, it's most of the time anything to do with Yumeka. Anyway, she's a baby. Yuki has led her into the group. Oh my goodness.
You'll find a way. And if you can't get the Guardians in the past, get those from this timeline. I still need to find 2 more after all.
I can't do that though! I can't even... You can't kick me out!
That is my house. I can do whatever I want.
Yuki! You don't mean it! Guys, back me up on this! You don't mean this, right?
Yeah, come on, back her up.
Oh.
You do have a say in this.
Okay. Then
Never
I'll
mind.
show you, Yuki. I'll show you have always been better than you.
You know, I'm impressed with Yumeka's restraint, Not in this scene. I mean when she was revealed to be the queen. I know she was like under like sudden urgencies and such, but she never once rubbed it in Yuki's face that she was actually destined to lead the whole time and Yuki wasn't. That's again another admirable thing. The white-haired girl is standing on business. I never heard that expression in my life before, but fair enough. Purple hair villain becomes villain. If it's a purple haired villain, she's already would be a villain by this point, but anyway. Yuki, this isn't you! Yuki, stop! Look at me! Snap out of it! Snap out of it, okay? We're gonna get through this! Second purple hair, destined to be queen. Oh no, where's this going? I don't. Oh, okay, fine. I haven't. I haven't seen the movies, but I have seen what Mal looks like, so yeah, I get that. Okay. I want to attribute to be in this live, please. I'll be productive. We probably actually no, I was gonna say we're about to finish. We actually got a couple more videos after this. So yeah, I will send you a link. I'm not so much worried about you being productive or not in the live, Maya. I'm also concerned about your connection giving out because it hasn't been ideal in the past. Then again, now there's mine right now, so I guess that kind of works. Okay. Stop getting me hysterical! Stop it! Anyway. Where have I heard that before? Probably a lot of places. That wasn't really like... Anyway.
Yuki,
She'll be fine.
I'm worried. Maybe you should...
I now want to hear like a Queen of Mean cover, but like with you, Mecha.
have done that.
We don't need her at the moment. If we ever do, we'll get her back.
Isn't it dangerous to be all alone when Romeo...
Will we be able to use the portal again?
I'm not sure. I sure hope so.
Ah.
Or are you
And
just gonna
bleeding-
sit there in silence?
Interesting. Bleeding on the other side on the other side of on the other side of the forehead. Okay. Because twins. I'll sing it. Bedtime songs sing me to sleep. Well, considering that I know what time zone you two are in currently, that might actually happen. If you ask very nicely, lean in again. Lean in again and ask nicely. Then we'll see. What do you think? She's a witch to burn her at a stake. They're all witches of some way. They're all magic users of different things. So, she was burnt at the stake for accused of being a witch. I mean, it would make sense if the mask would make sense, like as far as like burn marks would be, if that's the flame reached her mouth or something. But that would be too much like Darby, so probably not. Stop stealing my thing, okay? They're gonna be one of me, and that guy kind of looks like me in the first place, so I'm very concerned right now.
Yo, chat, what it is?
What to do when it's coming through. Guardians have more than one life, so... Oh, okay. Oh, so are the predecessors like reincarnations? And this is what I mean. Maya's connection ends up, burning out at times. She's got the link now, so she can come back whenever. You have to burn her multiple times. Oh, you got off my head. That's step 1. What about 2 through 10? This is fallen angels. Fallen angels, I'm surprised because actually, if I had managed to convince Aiden, Fallen Angels would have been even more of a case of living forever, because like they actually would have just been like unkillable angels if for me, because angelic weapons was the thing I was kind of surprised was the thing, but yeah, sure. I don't know. No one's burning Yuki. I'll fight to protect her with my life. You just like get burnt first.
Right.
Oh my goodness, now everyone's singing Wings again. My goodness.
Little guardians, I tried! But they're all jerks. They kicked me out for making sure they were safe. But
That's a good question. I guess what did happen to the stone? Because like that means the gem. The gem is sort of it is broken, but it's still there in front of the portal.
I swear, Yami, that wizard gem will be the death of us. Or at least one of us.
Oh,
That's all you have to say?
I'm sorry, Yumeka.
I'm not looking for some sympathy. I just wanted someone.
You learned that pose from FAFSA. Oh, well, you know, sometimes good things can come from bad media, so, you know, that's fair.
Listen. I don't know why I thought that someone could be you.
They were grit kicking you out. After all, you trapped me in here, right? You know how to get me out, right?
At the moment, you lose all connections to reality. When you have it, you have a Yami in the void and a Yami in reality. It's the unconscious brain versus the conscious brain.
This is interesting because Yumeka before said that she could, like, trap people and release them at will during that first conversation. So this might be like a little bit of withholding information. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, but you know, I can't quite do this right now to Yami because like, well, you gotta keep him there, but he's also your brother. Again, Yumeka is like fascinating at the stuff that she like says but and doesn't say, you know, does and doesn't do.
You can
That's because of protagonist
invite
energy.
people to join your void by sending an invitation through the mind.
How did you figure this out?
It came to me in a dream.
Right.
That explains why he's able to contact either Alex or Axel in the future. I think it was Axel, not sure.
How do you create another of me?
It's within you. I just have to unlock it. Right now, only your unconscious brain is on. It's like being in a coma, but not really. There's no you in reality currently. I don't know how I did that.
I didn't get half of that, but thanks. You sound very smart. Those guardians.
Oh, by the way, also this is
I'll get you.
This is one of the only examples where I think outline black actually works as a feature color, because obviously, you know, you think you're part of the void, you have like the shape of it, and you're almost practically a silhouette in this version. It was the other time I've seen outline black work properly the way that it was intended was actually it was like there's some like it's like the paper or some kind of something that Jay made back in the day in a gacha server. And it was like it was a story that was like updated in real time because of like Discord users and such, and they told the story and like as like a comic panel with like real life feedback for like every single frame until the very end. Actually, at the very end, the last person actually like fades, but very slowly, like with like blotches of more and more outline black coming over them, and then they disappear ultimately. I wish I still had that server, but unfortunately I don't. So, yeah, I don't know.
Go. Someday. I'll make sure your conscious brain is turned on. When it's on, you can either go back to reality, or you can just have it so that your unconscious self can visit reality.
To go to
Things
reality.
and everything, but you can't stick around for long. You'll end up in.
It'd have been nice if it was so bad. I was thinking, oh yeah, this is the part that you said that you know you got burnt out for. You must have more time to edit next time. Yeah, I can understand that because I mean, ultimately, yeah, this episode of The Music Girl, you know, have like a quite a few things in common because because with The Music Girl and with Guardians, we both started off by releasing a lot of episodes in quick succession. You know, in case The Music Girl was like once a month, and in case of yours, it was a little bit less than that actually. And then it's like, you know, our process got more complicated, the videos got longer, the story got more complex, we had more other stuff going on in life. Yeah, we're just like, now it's almost like, yeah, once every like half a year. It's like, yeah, that's what we wanted. But yeah, I mean, hey, we said in this case that, you know, the birthday reviews, they are a monkey's paw because, you know, you're going to get the review, you're going to get the criticism as well. But hey, it's the Guardians. This is my favorite gacha show. So what's gonna be? Am I really gonna be mad about it? No.
think the void only works with guardians.
Go rest, Yumeka.
Maybe I need to turn up the volume a bit more, Bon, because I do turn it down for streams. If there's any volume problems in these videos, first of all, please comment VOD users, but also check out the original in the description because it might have different volume levels than the version that you see here. That goes for every video, by the way, not just this one.
Upset.
Simply wanted to flex my knowledge. And
I never thought I'd ever see a rainbow inside of a void before.
I wanted to make sense of it all. It makes more sense when I say it out loud.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, I guess he knows what time it is. I mean, in the void, it could be pretty hard to tell if it's day or night.
Wait, you think I could invite the guardians in here? It's not my void.
Why don't you try?
Just like kidnaps Yuki, puts in the void. Apologize to my sister. Do it now. And Yumeka starts like using her like high pitched torture as well as like, okay, you're back in. Jeez. Problem solved. Next time. Okay, fair. That's interesting. We've got Sky Dino, No One, HBD Novotel probably, and Hideki T. Hideki T.
Hideki?
Good old Hideki T. Alright, so that was The Guardians, Season 2, Episode 13. And yeah, this one I'm kind of 50-50 about. Because all of the Yumeka stuff is great. You know, we get some insight into like her views of her entire role as a guardian, her fears, and like she grows to not even we grow to understand what she actually wants out of being a guardian and why she stays, but she understands at the same time as we do. And that's you know what? I'm gonna make one more Owl House comparison here. And that is season 3. So I guess spoilers for season 3. If you don't want to hear, I'll do this gesture when you can come back. So spoiler time now. So in season 3 of the Owl House, what happens is that during this time, Luce, the main character, has carved an egg out of wood, which is where her palisman, this animal companion creature, is supposed to grow from. And she said she's going to carve it as an egg because she wants to have understood. She wants it to get the same chance to decide what it is that she did. And during a previous episode, everyone else gets their palisman already formed, like second hand. That's the more common practice because the wood is so rare. And everyone seems to be able to get one because they say what they actually want, and they can admit their actual what they supposedly really want, and then the one palisman will respond to them in that way. Luce doesn't really know that because at first she seems like the most motivated person in the world. So why is she struggling with this? It's kind of a bit of an ongoing mystery at the time. And then at some point during a conversation with her mum, she realizes that, all the things that she actually does want and she has like actively pursued across the entire series ultimately boil down to her want to be understood. And then the palisman hatches, which means which again, the reason I bring that up is because it's an example of another character who we understood ultimately where they were going, what they were aiming for at the same time that they did. And that's a technique that really puts us in like their shoes, because if we're from a perspective character, you want to see from their journey, especially if they're not a blank slate character, they're like larger life personalities anyway. So you can't exactly put yourself in their shoes entirely, but they're so human that you want to see them anyway, and fitting enough because Luce is one of the only humans in the series. So there you go, alignment. And in this case, Yumeka, kind of the same. I mean, she's they're all as equally as magical supernatural as each other, but you get the idea. Same premise behind it, and that's why really, again, she gives a lot of protagonist energy. Okay, hold on. One of these is going to work. So I didn't let you in the second time. It was like a Owl House speech. Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Yeah, one of these is working. Can't tell which one though, but one of them is functioning currently. Okay. Not about the Owl House yet. Yeah, done. Yep, I'm done. There you go. Unmute. There you go. Perfect. There we go. Yeah, just me talking about another character who discovered what they wanted at the same time you understood. Okay. But then, so all the Yumeka stuff, brilliant as usual. The Yuki stuff, however, is where it kind of drops. Because again, I understand the idea that you were going for, the idea that they had different perspectives. That's what was clashing, because they are such different individuals, ultimately with the same goal, but they don't quite gel as people, which happens a lot. It's just the issue is that the way that we got there seemed very much out of character. I think a lot of the time in this season, actually, I've had a lot of good things to say about Yumeka and not so many about Yuki. So it's not just this episode, but I guess as they were the focus this time, then that's probably why it stands out so much in this instance. So yeah, give Yuki a good old dose of therapy, and I don't know, let Sage take care of her for a bit, and we'll be fine. I guess that's I guess that's what will happen. So yeah, that's okay. This is why I was worried about you before. The internet hates you. That's why I said this happens a lot every time I want to join a stream. But yeah. L Yuki, okay. I think we're gonna fall out. Leave Yuki alone. Leave Yuki alone! She's a human! Yeah, okay. I think it can be understood more once you know a specific something. Potentially. Which also is like a risk with the idea of the two characters whose perspective you understand completely. I guess on a second viewing, after the season would be complete or after the whole story, depends on like how long it takes to reveal, then you get a new outlook, which I will say, the best stories I think are the ones that you can read multiple times over and get a different experience out of. It's one of the things that really got me into Harry Potter, actually, because that was the first story I ever think in my mind, like, oh yeah, this is like a full-on mystery, and now I can pick up on the clues a second time as I read them again. And later on, kind of the same deal with some aspects of My Street, not others really, because there's a lot more contradictions in that sense. And one thing I tried to emulate in my own writing, because yeah, with Mutant Girl, again, like I noticed when people went back and watched the old stuff, every time a new episode came out, it's like, well, I'm going to give them a new experience each time. So we're going to get their mystery season 2. And the Guardians, I think, is pretty much the same, because like I said before, a lot of the time when I have my light bulb moments, like, oh yeah, that's why this happened. This led to this, and this led to the blah, 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 blah. Considering like how random season 1 was, it's already impressive enough that the writing compensates for that and doesn't try to retcon any of those things, give or take a bit of Kaito's stuff, because we'll see how that kind of lines up later. So, but most of the other stuff, everything else, it doesn't try to retcon anything to say like, oh, this is what this should have been. It's just like, no, we wrote this is what happened, but this is how we're going to make a little bit more sense out of it, or we're just going to add more details to it to make it seem a little bit less random, less chaotic. Now we know the characters a bit more where stuff is going. So all fantastic approaches, in my opinion. And then, of course, I say on the technical side, I didn't notice too much of a drop in terms of the editing this time. There's a couple of bits of Gacha Life 2 being Gacha Life 2, in some instances, but hey, at least using Gacha Life 2, you've upgraded, so it was bound to happen to some extent. The mirror thing was like a minor detail, and then, of course, the unintentional romantic cliches there, that was I'm going to chop that down. I'm going to say that was unfortunate. yeah, the only bits of like logic that I can think of now that I would want is like, why didn't Alex and Axel approach her directly and get Yuki to do it? But I've already commented on those things. We needed Yuki to be Yuki in this case. She was kind of set up in that regard as well, honestly. Alex and Axel kind of share some of the blame in that aspect, but not any others. It's mainly just her. And look at me talk about the story again. This is what I want Gacha Review to ultimately be, is, you know, stuff we can say like, oh yeah, you know, these are stories that like have some sort of technical aspects and such that I can talk about. But most of the time, the way I started them was always going to do with the story. Mostly because I sucked at the tech stuff myself and didn't know what I was talking about back then. But even so, yeah. This is an example of, you know, a show that's, you know, hooked people in with the story and then worked on the visuals later and then, you know, did this thing, which is, again, the kind of Gacha series, the Gacha series that I want to be as well. So, was the volume good? Yeah, I think so. At least to me, because I turn it down on Restream. It's different for me than it is for everyone else. But yeah. But let's see. So I'm just checking the I'm just checking the chats. Yes, common you make a W. Burn you get the steak. Yep. If I think I was the great statement like sad. Oh, I don't need to cry over review again. I hope not. Like, especially like on your birthday. Again, none of this I'm saying is lying. I'm not like I'm not sugarcoating anything because it's your birthday. I genuinely enjoy what's being presented and I genuinely love the Guardians. But yeah. So ultimately I'm 50-50 as far as like the story, the main character focus, but you know, they're skewed over by the visuals again. So the like, you know, the general humor, the general presentation, the general like the small details, again, the sound effects, the camera angles, the emerging from the shadows, all those little things people wouldn't normally think about, but like, you know, kind of like get like broken down a lot in these Gacha reviews. Love all of that particularly. But yeah, hold on. I think Alice and Axel have the powers to determine whether you make us a guardian or not, so they don't get Yuki to do it since he has those powers. But didn't Alex also say that he dreamt of Yumeka and also detected some sort of like guardianship for her? He could at least go on to confirm that the identity of the person. That could have helped things a little bit. But much better video on the stream. Well, I'm glad you asked that, Josh, because as it just so happens, one of my prepared videos for today was so this is a video that Prism did today that was all about Yumeka's favorite lines. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a commentary thing or just like a compilation of Yumeka being Yumeka, but hey, she got a W in this episode, so let's enjoy a little bit more of her. You know, I guess this won't be a review, but it's more of a reaction. So yeah, without further distraction, watch on with the reaction.
Hello, everyone. Sorry if I seem nervous.
Nope.
I didn't really expect this. I didn't expect to be the queen, but here I am.
It's me, the queen.
Then I like
Hello.
to-
Right there.
You can open your eyes now. I did your work better than me.
Yumeka?
Yeah, see what I mean? That was the same portal back in the day.
Me Suzuki, die! It's the perfecti.
Me
Let's
Suzuki.
turn to the darkness now. Oh, come on, you. I came here to get help to understand my dream, and you won't help me. Kaito, can you hear me? Not that one! Mizuki! I knew it! It was Mother's fault! I predicted it! I felt it in my soul! Okay?
You know, it's very interesting how Yumeka's now I think about this, that was like played off for laughs at the time, like her like meltdowns, but now every time that we see one of Yumeka's like, you know, a freak out, we have to understand where they come from. So it kind of like recontextualizes things as well. Again, people really need to watch this entire show. I need to rewatch it again. I don't know why I haven't rewatched this in so long.
Okay, deal. Let's see what could go wrong.
I will say one thing about this video is like there's like music over the music in every scene. I know you try to like drown out the rest of it and keep the lines. There's like I don't know if that works. I know I said I wasn't going to review this, I can't help myself. I review everything.
Hey, where are you going? Personalized and hard book deck. I'm a guardian. I should not have two really powerful powers. I'm from a future of the Gacha. I'm cheerful and Mr. was the first person guardian I counter with dice. We connected to a me. Woo!
And yes, that was all on one breath, and that was the explanation we got for her being the queen. And I understood even less of it this time than I did before.
Yes. Of course. Okay, no, not really. I think the problem is that they have to remember you.
Chat, is it working?
So Axel has to
I can hear you now. Top 2 is afraid to diss.
Oh my god. Guys, it actually works.
Please.
It actually works. I'm here.
Can you please put like the rap god, the instrumental over? Actually, you know what? I can do that. What am I saying? I can do that. I can make that edit.
I keep thinking of this for Yummy. I don't know why it didn't work. You're the one turning into Yuki.
No, I am not. I was just saying that.
Like, when I look into your eyes, all I see is her. Yuki?
Man, she is the most romance-coated Aero Ace character of all time.
Forget that I'm the queen. Keep the tuna.
Season 2 timer.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
I just know. It took me a long time to realize this is a remix of Happy Birthday now. Why did it take me so long? What is wrong with me? Dun, dun.
4. Nathan, ready or not, here I come. Boo. That is so not funny, Yummy. The bus is coming.
You
I
said
didn't say it was our bus.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
sorry. Yuki's not here at the moment. Little message of the beats.
That has like the same I don't know if I said this last time, but it has the same energy as Toph when they're like flying on Appa to try and find Wan Shi Tong's library, and she just like goes, "It's there!" Is what it will sound like when one of you finds it. It's like, come on. Bus reframe. No, this is a comment of the Guardians as they were before. This, when I say the series is evolved, it's evolved.
Didn't ask, didn't care.
Yumeka, answer me.
I don't know. I don't know if I was the one to cause this. My power isn't.
I mean, you do know you want to cause this now because you did actually say that you were, put him in there, but
this strong.
Right?
But it seems like you're doing too much. Yeah. Well. Found her.
What? Huh? You destroyed the shadow?
Not destroyed. It's fine. Yummy. Do whatever you want. I don't care anymore. I don't care about what you think anymore. I don't care about you anymore.
voice
You
effect.
never needed me to
I
begin
want
with.
it. Wow.
I remember this song.
You do? Sorry to hear that. It was my great day. 18-year-old self.
How old are you now?
18.
Okay, there you go. That's that's the response. Okay. I didn't actually know how old you were turning, so that's that's a good way to indicate that. Anywho, so the blooper episodes, I was an editor in one of those, if it hasn't already. Well, I mean, I had another thing I was gonna play right now, but I think I did watch some. Oh no! What I did was I watched some of the bloopers, like when they were still part of the original episodes. That's what I did. So yeah, I don't know. I can pick. I'll pick a random bloopers video and then see. Actually, you know what? I'll do episode 12. I'll do episode 12's bloopers because it seems like you're more likely to be involved with that one. Oh yeah, you just said that. Okay, fair enough. Because Jay was an enter. All right then. Hey, you know, I'm glad you enjoyed like doing your own monologue, because actually, my season 1 VAs hated me for Pop's speech and Moina's speech in the last episode of Music Girl. Blue for Secrets of the Basement, Jacob, Bezwaz, and I have them. That's too few. I mean, Lindsay cut their takes. You should ask them, next time they record, to like, send those over. Because yeah, a lot of the time what I do is I just copy and paste them into a separate spot. There's me struck with the British accent. Honestly, it can sometimes be funnier when the bloopers are all like the same thing over and over again, and someone can't get one thing to work versus like one small thing. Several small things of different natures. It really depends. Is this going to load in time? Because I had the other ones prepared in advance. Let me just see if it's going to work or not. Oh yeah, I forgot this episode was called "The Rose That Needed Saving," which honestly could probably end up, applying to Yuki more so than it does, because she's the one who needed saving. Is it going to process quickly? What was the other vid? The other vid was me singing Harry Potter style. That was what I was going to end this video on. I was about to play that, and then I saw the request of the bloopers, so that's why I'm pressing that now, because I thought that would be a good like grand finale. With every Monty line, Jacob was starting to sound more and more like Yoda. I can't unhear it, which is kind of fitting, because that's originally what I did for Taylor's voice when we were watching Secrets of the Plex on Gacha Review. For some reason, I was like, Yoda's voice I will give him. A reason I do not have. Anyway, yes, but then when I eventually got cast as Taylor, I asked, okay, what do you want Taylor to actually sound like? And Bond just said, I don't know, your regular voice. So yeah, Taylor is actually one of the easier characters for me to do. When he's not being tortured, obviously. That's a different story. Then in part 2 of the episode 12 bloopers, I don't know, there's more than one part. That's good information. 46% processed. Okay, we still need a bit more time. This is the videos reminds me of number 15 Burger King. Don't know what that is actually. Sorry to say. Now it goes very quiet because I'm ran out of things to say in the middle of this. You run out of things to talk about. That's from Bad Parts of Heaven, one of Smosh's videos. I made Jacob was because you were Jacob with strain later episodes. Oh, I see. Okay. I mean, it's a fair request anyway. It's not like I have to, do a different voice every single time I audition for something. It's just more often than not I do, because most of the time the description of characters is not, 24-year-old British man. So I tend to pull out kind of like the same rough like repertoires of things. More often than not with American accents. It kind of like helps with my chances sometimes. Depends. That's probably why I get so many like cloaked villain characters, because they most of them often not lend themselves to my natural accent. I say natural, actually it's not my natural accent. My natural accent would technically be Texan by birth, or I didn't learn to talk much while I was in Texas, so I guess that's not really the case. I'm a bit of a weird case in that regard, because I learned like the British accent by like osmosis from my parents, but also an American one from my friends at school. And then afterwards, I sort of like lost that for some time, then recovered it later when I started like, And then apparently the Texan accent was just buried so deep within me I was able to do that for Cole Gray immediately. Because as soon as I heard like, oh, he's got like a bit of a country accent, but also much deeper. It was like, okay, country accent, and then go down. Yeah, so this is me. This is Cole Gray, and that's what I stuck with the whole time. And then actually, you also got cast as this character in Taming the Bad Boys. So that pretty much those things. In fact, the very first time that I was doing a Jacob talks to himself thing was actually doing this voice for Cole Gray, and then this voice for Andrew, and that was like an argument between the pair of them. That was pretty much. Those were two things I got cast in because I reviewed stuff on Gacha Review. So yeah, that's pretty much how it worked. So yeah, the first Jacob talks to himself. That was the origin of it. Fortunately, because Tape Babbitt got deleted, that got salvaged by Aiden. So there is like that he has that argument like one of his was on my birthday actually that he made. It was a compilation of stuff to do with me. And for the voice actor section, he chose that one because it was the only Jacob talks to himself at the time. Until afterwards with Fallen Angels. Just need to like gravel and he's Monty. Well, yeah, I think with Monty, because Monty was like rock and roll. That was what I sort of did beforehand, and then you said, "Oh, I was hired immediately." Rock and roll, like that kind of thing, and then like, well, yeah, then I have to like add this particularly. So, yeah, I'm adding that on top of the rock and roll voice. That's what I try and do every time to warm up for the character, and I always cut this part out. But understandably, it is that you would think that Yoda. This seems like, yeah. So it's like an evolution. With my birthday is February the 16th, so we got a long way away for that one. Okay, I think that's enough of me stalling and talking about random nonsense. Let's watch the bloopers.
I chose a correct day to do this because obviously, like, I'm home alone, which, great, woo, I can record in peace, but
That is good, by the
my
way.
voice is just not cooperating today.
Am I even good enough? I shouldn't be doing this. I feel... Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Okay, I shouldn't swear. Okay.
Oh, added bloopers. Ooh.
What happened? Did the person's sister actually walk in real life, and that was why? I think that must have been what happened. There is that the reason that versus a headcount, that reason Monty did sound so similar is because Taylor used his voice to fix Monty's voice once when he found him. Fair enough. They're not meant to sound similar, so that's kind of like, my B personally. But yeah, I will I try to, whenever I know cats are going to talk with each other, to make them sound different to each other, but it's not always entirely possible.
Enjoy adding those to the 855.
Kaito will bring some John. What? John? Okay, hold on.
What's the deal with Kaito? I get that being her guardian bit, but missing your friend's queen speech?
I see.
Each?
Okay, time to do Let's go.
I like how in some of these, like they put together as if they are like actually bloopers inside of the real life production. Sort of like how Toy Story 2, I think, did that thing where like they filmed everything as if they're like actual bloopers and then put them at the end credits.
In the bloopers for this episode, please, we just need a Hansky being a goat compilation. Yeah, that's the word.
Well, that eye shrinking effect, nice.
There's a lot of it. There was a lot more of it in the other recording, but there's some here too, so that's fun. Yeah, sorry.
It's not a complaint, it's fun. It's a complaint for me. It's a matter of pride. It's like I need to be able to sound like more than just one as myself. I must sound like different people. I must sound like all the people. For those who don't know, the reason that I started like the idea of like, trying to do as many people as possible, whatever, like sound as many people as possible, that was terrible phrasing. I apologize for that. Don't take that out of context, please, God. Anyway, I mean like do as many different voices as I can is ultimately because actually I used to get typecast as just characters that did in fact sound like myself. So Taylor is fine right now, but like back in the day, that was all I was able to land. So I was like, okay, I need to actually I need to actually use. He's like, hey, you know, I've been doing like impressions for people, and they seem to think like, oh yeah, this is this is a fun thing I do. It's like, well, I'll develop that and I'll turn that into something else. And I've also done like funny voice for characters in the past sometimes as well. Mr. Grayson thing was actually a thing I used for a different character in a play previously, and then just kind of like applied into Mutant Girl. But yeah, like that's why. So ultimately, it's like, well, I mean, you know, the more I can sound less like myself, the more chance I have of landing different roles. That's why it's like that. So yeah, it's a complaint to me and no one else. In my blooper with Bez, I was say, yeah, say yes when I was playing a delivery. You're such a queen. Do you understand what I mean? Yes. Oh, so you like you've got like directions or like with Bezwas directly. That's actually like interesting bloopers. The Mutant Girl also used to have blooper videos, although at some point, Jay became like embarrassed of you know, appearing in the series, and so actually at one point did ask me to delete all the episodes that featured him inside them. I eventually negotiated to say, like, can I please not do that because they're so important to this channel, to myself, and to everyone else, like, you know, who's involved with it. And they eventually said yes. But I did compromise and say, okay, I'll get rid of the bloopers because we don't those aren't necessary. Those are, you know, I can get rid of those. That's fine. So that's why there are no bloopers for the Mutant Girl. At least of the early stuff. I have saved a couple of other bloopers from the past, so maybe I might release those separately. But yeah.
Failed saying yeah and then the goat noise. I know something's wrong, Miyuki. What is it? I said it, but I also dropped my phone at the same time, which... Nah. Yuki saw potential.
I can't do this line right because how did I voice act with a mask on? This is so difficult. I gotta get used
just
to it
take
again.
off the mask with a different mask.
Yuki saw potential in Miyuki.
Also, just do this.
Makes no sense. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Hang on. I need to make sure.
Only Yuki cheers.
Are there more lines? Wait. Okay. Wait. Yeah, no, I don't think there's more lines. I'm just making sure.
Dude, I was so tempted, like, last year for Halloween. Sorry, I'm obviously just scrolling through lines right now. But last year for Halloween, I was so tempted to, like, you know, dress up as Miyu and stuff. But then I remembered that I've got severe dysphoria and dysmorphia, so that kind of made me stop because, yes. But, you know, the idea...
What happened to the marks on your face? Is that a side... I hope that's not an indication of anything.
It was there, you know?
Yeah. You know, it's not like I'm gonna be reading a ha ha ha, okay? I'm sorry, I'm trying to do the fake laugh. God damn it.
I have said this before. It's usually in my experience, a voice actor is, you know, or any actor actually is either can fake laugh and not fake cry, or can fake cry and not fake laugh. I've had people say to me, "Oh, fake crying's super easy, bad inconvenience." And that's what people say, you know, fake laughter. I personally, I'm a fake laugher more than I am a fake crier. I have done fake crying scenes in the past, you know. A shout out to Cherub's Tale, I guess. But yeah, they're less frequent because it takes me a bit longer. So I get that, but more
oh my gosh, I can put it in print layout. That's got the page numbers. Yeah. Oh.
So much of the camera buzz and the yeah, these bloopers are really best watched separately, not this video, quite honestly.
Okay. Earlier I struggled.
Yeah, see, this is what I mean, by the way. Fake crime, but fake laughing stuff. Yeah, so you're the opposite to me.
To figure out pages.
I know.
Okay.
I love that. I love that, like, nobody cares that Miyu was, like, actually attacked. They just care that the queen was. Poor Miyu.
Oh, hey! Well, looks like one of the VAs is, you know, like to offer some funny commentary on some of these videos. Hey, to that VA, if you want to reach out and be on one of these Guardians reviews, let me know. Next time there's an episode, let me know, and I will, my Discord DMs are open.
So, did you come here to talk to me? Blah, 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 blah.
Fake pipe. Okay.
Damn it.
This voice makes my, just go very phlegmy, which is not great for me because ill.
A little bit. There we go.
Oh, no, not that I...
Is that the name of the VA, by the way, Hanksy? I'm not sure. All right, Hanksy, Send me a. My Discord name is just Jacob Butter. This doesn't. Yeah. Same logo. Anyway.
I hate this line. Screw you for including this line.
What's the matter with that line? What's the problem with that line? What happened to it? Is it? I want to scroll back. I'm going to see. What is the problem with that line?
Oh no.
Okay, I don't agree with you as you saw potential in you, Miyuki. She believed in you. She knew you'd be fitted for this role, even if you're going to feel that way. Hey, this you're not the one who'll be the queen. That's not that bad. What's the problem with this? What are you talking about?
I hate this line. Screw you for including this line. I spent, I'm not lying here, 3 minutes last time trying to this line. So
Oh, okay. With this, me not I've never had a line that was that long before. I'm kind of desensitized to that because I did make some of like I made some of the world's first gacha voice actors recite Shakespeare, and they were not prepared for it. So I'm desensitized to you know medium length lines like that. And also because actually, you know what? That's not even the worst example. Forget that version. Forget the Shakespeare. Forget the pop speech and Moena's speech at the end. No. The thing that desensitized me to long lines being written in gacha productions was Felix's entire like dialogue in season 2 episode 12 of Mutant Girl, because that was the one where Felix was revealing like his entire plan. I had like all the visuals of like, all the big reveals and how he did everything that he did in extreme detail. And yeah, that recording from Aiden was 45 minutes long to get through all of Felix's lines for one scene. Felix was in like, actually he was in 2 scenes, but mostly one scene. So yeah, Felix mentioned, oh, okay. Is Felix to you what Yuki is to Sage? Because that might be something to talk about between the pair of you. Who's the more troubled love interest, Felix or Yuki? Who's the more damaged individual? Hey, leans on Ray, to try and like float Felix over the top of her head. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Yeah. If you go for Felix, I can go for you. This is what I mean, by the way. This is going to be a fun conversation for the 2 of you tonight.
Oh, enjoy! And I'm already at like 15 minutes time spoken, so this is going to be so fun for you to edit. Yeah.
Bitch up my laptop.
You don't know about damage. What do you mean you don't know about damaged? I wrote the character. I know he's damaged.
Bitch up my laptop. I don't know what I'm doing.
And there you go. Oh my gosh, I did it faster than last time.
That was disturbing. The whistle coming from the mouth like that. Jeez. I like long lines because monologues are fun, especially for villains. Yeah, I can understand that. I recently read The 3 Little Pigs as a line for a gacha video that's not out yet. So yeah, look forward to that. My jail romance with Felix. See, he ended up in jail. That's how you know. That's part of the evidence of the damage there. Just saying. Because I can fix him. Yeah, it needs to be fixed. So yeah, damaged individual.
Because I didn't have the 3 minutes at the start when I was rambling. I only had like a minute and a half where I was rambling. Woo! Love that. Cool. Great. Cool. Now I gotta waddle over to my computer. Great.
Fears brought some of the good to the world, but it can't be damaged, surely. Yeah, look, damaged people can do good things. Just like how good people can do bad things. That's not really indicative of anything. Also, yeah, waddle. Till the very next day.
You know that like a large majority of my recordings is just like me messing up the English. Why is English so fucked? Like, it's like my...
this is also a thing that I've come across with a lot of gacha VAs.
It's fluent language, but like, holy crap, I suck at it so hard, and like, pronouncing the words.
Hysteria.
What a great reference! Yeah, I would love to see a full gacha music video of the Duck song with Prism's editing style. Oh yeah, you gotta say hysteria, but you gotta look up some words in the dictionary. This sounds familiar, doesn't it? This sounds like a thing that, you know, it's a good reason to spell words correctly. That's what I'm saying, because people do this, and it makes a lot of sense to carry out this method. But when they do it, you gotta make sure you're not saying hi, Roland.
Hysteria! You don't like the eyes, do you? You English language.
I'm gonna cry about this later. Like, I'm now miserable. I'm sad now. Like,
No, I need a future toaster. It's not like we can go to the present anyways. We need to finish our
Oh golly,
mission
purple
first.
chip, her toaster.
Why did I do
I don't know how to edit on Audacity anymore. They've changed it too much. I don't know how it works.
It needs to be.
They actually haven't changed it that much. I mean, you know, the difference now is the fact that you actually have just more options to do. Oh wait, no, actually they have changed the way you can navigate to certain like audio effect tools. That's the difference. That's what they've changed a lot.
Perfect. You don't get it, Mizuki. Mizuki? No, it's Miyuki.
What's to do with Kaido? I mean, I get the being guardian, but missing your brains.
Rest up. I'll be here if you need me. You always have access to my void.
I thought today was
That was more emotion in the bloopers than it was in the actual delivery.
this week. I wasn't gonna be yawning like crazy, but here we are.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do that one, but
we also got inside my wardrobe, so that's fun.
I swear, this dude is again is.
Wardrobe, closet, same thing, rainbows. We're almost in Pride Month, by the way.
Iconic.
Hey, hi.
No. You got to point to Yumeka and Sailor just existing being iconic. That's what you got to say. That Yumeka's the one who's iconic for existing. Sorry to say.
Sorry, recording quality is going to be very different.
Oh my goodness, I need to leave. By the way, I need to actually get food. I know it's Prism's birthday, but please stop requesting videos, everyone.
Because I am recording in my kitchen, not in my recording setup, and I'm using a phone mic because I'm lazy, and I'm not setting up my recording setup for one line, well, one name, and yeah.
Okay, we'll get someone else to voice the character then. You're out. That's what I do in that situation. You're not going to put in the effort, then bye-bye.
Sorry.
Oh my god, dude, stop me, voice cracks.
Also, hope the audio is alright on this because I got a new.
This isn't even a subathon, because this isn't like a subscriber milestone or something. Actually, how many subscribers do you have, Prism? 259. Let's get Prism up to 260 subscribers. Let's one person subscribe to the channel. That'll be a new milestone. There you go.
Since I last did lines for you. And I don't know about distance.
A laptop falls on you. Oh no! You keep losing subs? Okay, all the more reason. Someone subscribe right now. One person subscribe to get Prism up to 260. Okay, fine. 2 people subscribe. Get up to 261 subscribers. That's the milestone that we need to achieve in this video. Give me a second. Yeah, Boy the Bunny and Prism of Voices. Not Prism of Voices, sorry, Corrupt Imagination. That's what I meant to say. Anyway.
And I also couldn't be asked. I can't speak with this accent.
How many laptops do you need to get thrown at you? Jeez. 1,000 people. I don't have 1,000 people watching this video right now. There's 8 people currently watching the stream according to Restream's analytics. And one of them's on Twitch, so that doesn't really count.
Anymore, okay. Yeah, so I don't know what the audio quality is.
Okay, this is interesting. Well, first of all, also interesting that, you know, if you also Jackson. Now I think about this, yeah, was there a reason to alter the VA's accent for this series? Because it doesn't seem like the Guardians, they're like actual region of origin actually really comes up at all. So technically speaking, you could have just like used this northern accent right now. That's fine. Also, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, interesting effect here because I thought it was like a torched effect shining on you, but fair enough. It says my sub count, then I go, well, never upload, so yeah, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, when you did start uploading, your sub count, that's when you were at your like peak. Well, at that number tail as well. 6,900 people subscribe. Yeah, well, you have to do that's just 6,900 people subscribe to me as well. If you're here. Anyway. Northern accent mentioned. I'm so northern, it's embarrassing. I mean, I don't think it is personally, but again, like, this would have worked for a character. There's no reason in this series that would be a problem that I can think of anyway. I mean, if you mecha can be Italian, then sure. What's stopping you?
I'm skimming through the script right now, and it's just like Mizuki has a boyfriend, and his name is Cam.
Probably an ex by this point because they haven't seen each other in like a year. You haven't called me in months. I have been dead. Anyway,
I'm like I already knew that, but it's just like, man.
I'll be perfectly honest. I forgot that too. A VA of Kaito's name. I don't know.
Orange, no orange. There's orange.
Let's not think about that. Okay, okay, I'll do it again. Let's not think about it.
Chibi Lupa what?
Stop it. No. Don't you get it? You don't get it. Oh, I messed up the line.
Yeah, that sounds like a placeholder thing. It's like, stop it. No, you can't. Anyway. They make me believe in love. Ace is Kaito's VA. Well, that's fitting. They do not believe in love just with us. Wow. You're gonna end up single on your birthday, Prism, if you keep this up. Be careful.
I'm not aware.
His neck, probably.
I'm not aware of time back at home, so I didn't know I was late. What the hell is English?
Yume already left us to go practice her speech, so you can't do that. But I need you.
Please don't break up on stream.
There is no but there.
Okay. Bed made this prophecy about two quick. Oh, I keep forgetting once. Once upon a time.
We need to finish our mission first. Okay, I just thought Ayaka will. Okay, no, this is.
Yeah, Ayaka becomes an idol for an episode. Why not? She's completed her mission now. What's she gonna do with her time? Why not?
This is not the recording. This is not the line anymore. This is like the whole essay or something.
I'm gonna go date Yuki instead. Oh my goodness. Well, it seems like Prism's gonna end up dating Felix now. You see, people were so heartbroken when, Felix and Empress broke up with each other. Again, another example of me saying, like, well, different perspectives of the characters, we understand where both of them is coming from. Another way I did that, and I tortured the audience, and people cried. But hey, at least now we know that Felix is able to find love elsewhere in the form of Prism of Voices on the night of her 18th birthday, when she was legally allowed to.
Count that out.
The 12. End. Fin. Done. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's like that. The longest episode. Oh, don't worry, you can glitch.
Well, that's again another thing to add to the Eminem scared glitch. Yeah, I gotta remember that one. All right, fair enough. Make me an OC. I'll join the series as Felix's lover. I mean, I might write a character and cast you as the voice of Felix's lover, but I don't know about the rest of that. Oh my goodness. If you have Minecraft, I will tell Aiden to join you as Felix for a video of some kind, because I can make that happen for sure. That glitch effect too. Give it. Yeah, it seems like Audacity has a few more mysteries for the rest of us. Potentially. Okay, that's the end of the Prism side of things, but this is, I guess, my birthday gift is a, well, was this review, but also, well, I suppose, getting to watch myself again, wearing a very similar shirt to ones that I still own to this day. And this was... again, one of the first songs I ever wrote. So, actually, you know what? I introduced it myself. So basically, for my 18th birthday, I was revising. It was the middle of the year, so I didn't really do something. This was like a gathering of like a bunch of family and friends that was like at the end of sixth form. So all the exams were done, but it also kind of like doubled up as a belated 18th birthday for myself. So I performed 4 songs that I'd written at the time. And this was one of them.
Watching on YouTube at home, you have not heard this song.
That's an icon. I still have that. Yeah, I still have that hat as well. Down to I should be revising. Hey, you know, at least we got some celebrations.
Song at all. Yeah, so funny, isn't it?
That's my dad just throwing shade from the sidelines. Admittedly, I do give him a hard time in another performance of this because he just didn't cue it in properly. But yeah, I've had that hat since I was like 10, I think. It is, you know, worn out. I stopped wearing it a lot of the time because of the headphones that I tend to use now, so it doesn't really it conflicts with that. But yeah, other than that, yeah. If it weren't for the headphones, I would say hat on strings. I have to like wear my headphones like this otherwise, which is going to be, they just flop. That's why I don't use the hat anymore.
All right.
My fans around the world.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, my following was not as substantial as it is right now. It was even more of a fraction than it is currently.
Learn Harry Potter style. Potter style. Expecto Patronum to conjure a Patronus. Those dementors right there are no longer a they before us. Defense against the dark arts is the subject where you learn this, along with defensive curses.
Yeah, fitting enough, actually, the lyrics won't be those silly old dementors no longer are they before us, but I messed up the line and then trying to cover it. That happens in a lot of my live performances, actually, where I just, for some reason, just mess up the lines while I'm about to, like, sing them. No idea. I think I'm focusing so much on like to do like a performance, like I'm not trying to stand still in front of the camera, trying to gauge people's reactions. I just end up thinking like I just end up zoning out, thinking like, oh wait, no, I've messed up the line now. I've got to cover this immediately. But yeah, another issue, of course, was the fact that this camera's on a tripod. I didn't want like filming one's faces, so I couldn't move around the area either. So I'm very restricted here. But you know, not a very positive musical. I can't pretend to hold a candle, no. Especially because I was 12 when I wrote this song originally. I'm 18 in the video, but I was 12 when I wrote this.
Potions herbology! These are the subjects which provide the antidotes for thee. So vulnerable for an attack you will no longer be. So apply for potions and for herbology. Potions herbology. If you're muggle and you don't know this, gotta learn. You gotta know.
It took a while, but only one person caught on to the way that Gangnam Style was sung, I guess, at this point, because, you know, it had been 6 years. People have forgotten about the hey part in the song. Should have accounted for that, but oh well. I like keeping the audience on their toes. I like when an audience is like involved in something. When I'm in a live setting, I like to like engage with the audience in some way and feel like, you know, they're not just like passive observers. You know, they're having fun and I'm having fun. That's kind of like the beauty of, you know, live anything for me. you'll also notice that my rule of never singing backing vocals for anything during one take performances still holds true. Because yeah, like I've said before, whenever I sing the stuff like "Hell Let Me Go," Aiden will sing, for example, "He was just a dolphin, swimming in the sea with his dolphin friends. But I'll go, "He was just a dolphin, swimming in the sea with his dolphin friends, happy as can be." Yeah, so I don't add that extra part, and that's mainly because they're usually overlap in a performance and audio anyway. So I'm just like, okay, I'll someone else can do those parts. That's Nicholas Smudging is somebody to call. I am getting dinner after this. I've called you once today already. It's not that I do not care about the state of the state of your makeup. I care about the state of my stomach as well. My apologies.
Learn Harry Potter style. Potter style. Learn Harry Potter style.
I can't do the full dance because I'll trip on the microphone cable, but you know.
Potter style. Learn Harry Potter style. Hey, novice wizard. Learn.
The guy in the background is just he's like the owner of the establishment. It's all been renovated, by the way, but yeah, he's just having none of this. He's just not liking this whatsoever. It's like, what have I done?
Learn Harry Potter style. Hey, novice wizard. Learn. The other place to go now is Charles with Professor Flitwick. He will make sure that all your incantations you will learn quick. Muggle studies you will not need, so don't supply beware. More time for you, so there.
Yeah, people were obsessed with this song when I first wrote it. Because people call on stuff like I was writing something, or I was like singing to myself in like a change room or whatever, and there's like, oh, what's this that you've got here? Oh, so it's a parody that I'm writing or whatever. And then like one of the people mentioned it to like a teacher, so the teacher let me perform it in class. Then people like spread the word to the point where I was genuinely getting stopped in the middle of like anywhere I walk in the school. At some point, one person like would always stop me and to ask me to perform the song. So eventually, after like the first year of being in school, I was like, okay, no more. I'm not gonna sing this ever again. Then I performed it for a talent show, so I sang it one more time. But actually, I wasn't meant to be in that talent show because actually the first group audition I did it failed miserably. But because the drama teacher who was arranging it knew about Harry Potter style, gave me a second chance, so I re-auditioned with the same group, and then we got in, and we came third in that talent show. So yeah, this song had like the same power that Wings does currently, I think. And it was all thanks to the fact that Gangnam Style was just so viral and so catchy.
Magical creatures care, because you've got to know just what's waiting for you up there. So the bird will unattack you, always be prepared. So make sure you apply for magic creatures care, prepare for what's up there. If you're a muggle and it's a novice, you will learn. You gotta know. If you're a muggle, then come to Hogwarts, you will know. Then you will learn. Not to Hogwarts School of Wizardry and learn. Learn Harry Potter style.
That's the kind of
Potter style. Learn Harry Potter style. Potter style. Learn Harry Potter style.
Also, I know how that in the choreography for the talent show, we actually had it so like I had to like point a wand actually, so it was like learn. Yeah, that was like the part of the choreography. But because I don't have one, I was going to like learn. It's not quite the same. That's why one's such useful prop sometimes. Anyway, I'm saying, hey IRL, I dig this so much. I mean, virtually, I hope you dig it as well. But yes, like he wishes he could be as good. Hold on. Oh wait. Sorry, you're saying. Oh yeah, the guy in the background. Maybe. I'm sure it's not the weirdest thing that he's seen happen in that establishment. Then again, he did sell it a few years later. That was probably the pandemic, I think, but who knows? He is on spot. Star Kid should have hired me. Yeah, imagine like I would have been the only actual 12-year-old in the Star Kid like productions of Harry Potter musical. I think I wrote this like around the same time that Harry Potter senior year was like in production. So, but yeah, I unfortunately I would not hear about Star Kid until 2017. So, unfortunately I was not able to paradoxically go back and insert myself into their productions. Unless you find out that I like turn myself into Joey Richter or something through intense plastic surgery.
Novice wizard, learn Harry Potter style. Novice wizard, learn divination, astronomy are not such important subjects for me. Magical history, arithmetic, study of ancient runes, and that's it. Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah, so that like there's me trying to list like all the Hogwarts subjects that I missed out on, and I thought like, hey, when I wrote this, like, oh wow, this actually kind of like works all like in the way that the bridge in Gangnam Style actually functions. This is great. I've managed to insert every single subject, and then at some point, I then realized. After years, I just like lying in bed and was like, "You forgot Muggle studies." No! It was like that, and I was like, "Come on!" I couldn't let myself live in that denial for a bit longer. No, I had to remember. Oh well.
Potter style. Novice wizard, learn Harry Potter style. Novice wizard, learn Harry Potter style.
Yeah, a lot of the people in the crowd were like the same friends who would have either, clamored for that song in the past or whatever. But yeah, yeah, it did feel like that. It's one of those like bug-eyed, like wake up in the middle of night in bed moments. And I tried for years not to think about this song because of what I went through with it becoming like too much of a thing at school, because I just moved there at the time, and suddenly like everyone knew me, I didn't know them, and then someone's like, oh yeah. I eventually embraced my identity as the Harry Potter kid at school through various other things. It wasn't just that song, it was the fact that I brought a version of Quidditch to the school as well. There were several things about it. But yeah, it's at the time I was like, okay, I am so done with this song. I will sing literally anything else for literally any reason. And so I made some more parodies, and then also ended up just switching from that to songs to books afterwards, and that's where Erasmus came from. But that's a whole other story. So yeah, people seem to really enjoy this one. So I will say there are 3 more live performances that I did, and I'm just going to send all of those in the description right now. So if anyone wants to watch the other versions of this, the other live performances that I did of different songs, then you can go ahead and look at some of these. I think one of them was revised for 12 Nights. So any Shakespeare fans out there, you might get a kick out of the description of some of the characters there, as if they were the same, if they were the members of Fort Minor. Another one was a Lever's song that I sang for my performing arts class that I had just written the day before. And then the final one was one that I did for a school presentation, which was the second most viral song that I did at school, and one that I was far more comfortable with, particularly. So I wrote for science class about the carbon cycle. That was the grand finale. That one got requested, actually. I asked people what songs they wanted me to sing, and that's the only request that I got. People thought that I forgot. But yeah, come to my birthday party on the 2nd and perform it then, please. He says, I'd pay for you to be there. Hey, you know, if you want me to pay me to be like, you know, part-time entertainment. Actually, wait, no, sorry, I just realized I actually legitimately can't go because I'm flying to Spain on the 1st, so the fact the party's at the 2nd, I can't do that. Next time one of you has a birthday party, by all means drop me a message. I will be there and perform some songs. I am 100% down for that. Legitimately. But yeah, unfortunately, you gotta give me a bit more notice than that. Because it's like, sorry. We are better than Spain. That may be the case. However, flight reservations cannot be cancelled. Actually, they can be, but we can't get refunded at this point. So yeah, never mind. Okay, but yeah, I guess enjoy the other videos if you're curious about those. Another thing about this actually is that I remember there's a person called the Unique Gamer who, without me knowing what was going on, we had actually had run-ins in the past because we both got targeted. Well, I see here Leon Tashina got targeted by this one troll, and I called out who the troll was and documented the experience, and then I actually therefore also got targeted by them, which was actually my tactic to make sure that they were defective to me so I can cope with that stuff and not bother anyone else. Kind of what I did with other things in the future. So that's kind of why he knew about me. But yeah, apparently everything that I actually had done up until that point on YouTube, despite the fact that it doesn't take much interest in other stuff, he actually said, yeah, this is a big thing. So I got one of my first proper shout outs from a larger creator thanks to these live performances. Yeah, he had 400 subscribers at the time, and I had 200. So it was literally someone twice my size, shouting me out and being like, just generally check out what this person's doing. This is all before, the rise of Gacha, and me making most of my half-mouth theories and all the other stuff that would eventually, garner me, the following I've taken and to meet you lot. So yeah. This Leavers thing was not only the end of my school, it was my school, my sixth form before I went to university, but it was kind of the end of a personal era to some extent. I mean, it was because by this point it was my 18th, my belated 18th. So yeah, I guess it was from this point. It was a celebration of what I thought was some of the best stuff that I had done, some of it. But ultimately, it ended up being, just a prelude for things that were yet to be, which I think is the best thing. Ultimately, not knowing that your best work is yet ahead of you is, I think, probably a huge blessing. Kind of like the Guardians, I suppose. I'm sure that in 5 minutes it felt like I'm not going to top, whatever's going on here, and then suddenly, from one episode to the next, it was it was a year-long gap and then a huge overhaul as far as the actual productions and such. So yeah, then ultimately, much like the series itself, the creator is growing up. She's 18 now, so ultimately, hopefully for you as well, Prism, the best stuff is yet to come. So yeah, happy birthday to Prism of Voices, or Monica, or Speranza, or however you want to refer to her. Everyone teleport to Monica's house for a sleepover. Wish I could, but yeah, from over here, happy birthday, and hope to continue to see more of the amazing stuff that is yet to come. But before that, of course, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Subscribe if you haven't already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.